How's it going, everyone? Got quite a lot of PlayStation updates to go over in this video. System software update features for PlayStation 5 console update. The latest one has just dropped. We'll talk about that. A lot of rumbling about the PlayStation 5 Pro, and it looks like one game is already gearing up to have enhancements for said console, and there's been a lot of debate on the move to digital gaming, licenses and everything like that, games getting pulled. Should you buy your games digitally? Do you want to stick to physical? Well, Capcom is one publisher that a lot of their sales are coming from the digital storefront. However, they are still going to be producing physical games. We'll talk that at the end of this video. Right off the top, system software updates for PS5 consoles. Version 24.05-09.60. You can invite other players to game sessions by sharing a URL to the session. This is something that's been on in the works for a little bit, and we had heard about this. To invite other players, open the game session action card and select share link, then scan the QR code with your mobile device to share the link. This feature is available only for open sessions that anyone can join. This feature will gradually be rolled out to all players by July the 24th. Voice command now supports the ability to open game help action cards by saying show game help. Currently, voice command preview is available only in English for players with accounts for PlayStation Network in the US and UK. And obviously, your typical stuff. We've improved system software performance and stability. We've updated the device software of some DualSense wireless controllers to improve stability. And we've improved the messages and usability on some screens. All of that live right now with the latest version update for PlayStation 5 consoles. Go check that out, and that'll be a worthwhile update. Not the biggest update in the world. We've had a few of those with the Discord update and everything rolling out, but still some nice new quality of life features with the ability to share links and whatnot. So check that out. All right, moving on from that, No Man's Sky has gotten a massive update. Its latest update, which is gargantuan, and by the way, the game is at its lowest price ever of $24. Not the, cheapest game in the world, but given that, it has been holding up in price. Remember, it came out back in August of 2016, and the cheapest it would get to is $30, and hey, if you bought the game back in August of 2016, you probably just shouldn't have been given a straight-up refund, because the game now is a far cry from what it was back then. It's far superior. Is it everything that maybe people had expected the game to be? That's still up for debate, but they are continually working on the game, and it's just getting better and better. And if you are having your eyes on the PlayStation 5 Pro, it looks like the game is going to be supporting the PS5 Pro. The Bomber Boy on Twitter noted, No Man's Sky spoilers, graphics preset options for Trinity, the apparent internal codename for the PS5 Pro. Standard PS5 graphics preset for comparison is there as well. No Man's Sky seems to be one of those games that would be an absolute, home run to have it support on the PS5 Pro, and it just makes all the sense in the world. Hello Games has done a lot of work optimizing the game on various platforms, whether it be, PS4, PS4 Pro, PS5. It has a native release on there, and not too surprising it would get a native release on PS5 Pro. Hell, the game is available on the Nintendo Switch, so yes, they do quite a lot in getting the game available. A lot of debate about the PlayStation 5 Pro in totality. Look, it's a console that the ballers are gonna get, the people that are super into gaming, and I think Sony knows. Sony knows that they can price the PS5 Pro whatever they want, because it's just an option at the end of the day. Obviously, whatever they want within some sort of reason. Like, it can't be $2,000 or anything crazy like that, but look at the portable device that they released. That thing was $200, and some people will say that's a great price, but for a streaming device, streaming-only device, like $200 is pretty pricey, but people bought it up, and because Sony knows who their target audience is with a console like the PS5 Pro, with a console like the portable platform that streams games, it's for the absolute hardcore. It's not for your run-of-the-mill average consumer or, average person that's just looking to buy a PlayStation 5. It's people with a lot of disposable income, and what I've realized, there is that amount of people that just have a ridiculous amount of disposable income and pricing things at, let's say, $600 for a PS5 Pro, even if they have a PS5, because they have the disposable income to spend. They're just gonna buy it, and you might as well maximize all the money that you can get out of those people. A lot of debate about live service games as well. That's a lot of their model. Maximize the return on the investment from those people that either have a lot of disposable income, or they're just completely so into a game that they're spending every single bit of their disposable income on said game. You know, sometimes people get a little bit wild. I'm not advocating anybody to go homeless playing these games, but they be spending a lot of money on some of these live service games, you feel me? And that's what Sony's game is here. And that, to me, is what the PS5 Pro is targeted after. You guys that have your PS5, yes, I talked about games like FF7 Rebirth looking absolutely atrocious with the performance mode, but the PS5 Pro is not going to be this orders of magnitude upgrade over the PS5. It's gonna be for those that just need to get every piece of hardware, that need to have everything day one, and you know what? I'm sure they're gonna line up their manufacturing amount with the right amount of consoles that they're gonna sell. I doubt that this is gonna be a console that'll get scalped up, but who knows? I've been wrong before about those things in the past, so you never know. But I do think the number of people that are gonna want a PS5 Pro, it's gonna be a small portion of the existing PS5 owners, and I don't even know if you don't have a PS5 at this point, is the Pro gonna be like, oh, that's it, it's a superior console, let me drop my PC or let me drop my Xbox. I mean, there's reason to drop your Xbox, but you already bought the Xbox. Like, I just don't know who the PS5 Pro is for outside of, again, really, the existing PS5 owners that are so into PlayStation that are gonna buy it and then they'll pivot their PlayStation 5 into a different room, or they'll sell it, whatever the deal is as far as that's concerned. But that's my 2 cents on that. Lastly, a lot of discussion on games being digital and digital-only games. Look, Alan Wake 2 caused quite a ruckus last year when it was announced that that game would be digital-only. Obviously, now getting a physical release, but a lot of discussion on what are the future of physical game releases, people worried about that, and now with digital games getting pulled, people thinking about, you know, the longevity of that kind of market and whether or not you really own the games, although that argument can be made with physical games as well. But physical games, you have a hard copy, you have something to hold on to, and even with a game like The Crew, you have a coaster if nothing else. Capcom has claimed that it has no plans to cease producing physical games, noting, given that a significant number of end users demand physical games, we do not expect to eliminate physical products, even with the fact that, as noted on VGC, Capcom announced that 90.1% of its sales were for digital titles, and it'll forecast it'll reach over 93% during the current financial year. Now, those statistics, to me, I interpret it as their revenue generation is 90% digital. That includes things like microtransactions, digital sales, of course, and, you know, DLC and all of that kind of stuff. I highly doubt that 90% of people are buying, let's say, a Street Fighter 6 digitally, and at least on PlayStation. Obviously it's 100% on PC, but let's just take Street Fighter 6 for example. A lot of people bought that game physically, but then you're talking about the DLC content. Obviously, that's all digital content you're consuming, but Street Fighter 6, there is a significant portion of people, I would imagine, that are buying that game physically. I don't know the exact split. I do see that digital gaming is growing and growing, and in my sector of the audience that I target, it also does seem like there's a lot of people in my comments section that are like, hey, cover more physical deals, we want physical games, do not buy digital games, so on and so forth. Part of me also thinks that that is more of a vocal minority. I hate to say that, you guys, that's just the world we live in. I get it that there are those of you that are concerned about your ownership of games. I would have to imagine the vast majority of people either don't care about that or don't care about it enough to pivot from digital gaming back to physical. However, I don't think eliminating physical games either is the answer, because there's enough people obviously consuming physical game content, but it'll be interesting to see where it's at, you know, 5 years from now, a decade from now. Obviously, gaming is always going to be different than music, than movies, and all of that kind of stuff, because you're never going to be able to get to a point, at least I don't think so, where streaming games is the standard. We've tried, we've failed colossally. Ain't nobody trying to do that. Ain't nobody trying to stream our PS3 games. Nobody's trying to do that. So for now, downloading and buying a hard copy, really the routes to go. But that'll do it for me. Again, a PlayStation System software, a notable one as well. PS5 Pro rumors are igniting and getting some fire behind them as No Man's Sky has added a graphics preset option within its code, and Capcom's still going to be producing physical games, so hurrah for that. And still, you see games like Alan Wake 2 ultimately getting a physical release if there's enough pushback on stuff like that happening. I do think people and developers, publishers will react to it accordingly. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.